All right. Now, she has been described as a theatre and television icon, kind-hearted, bubbly. South Africans, of course, mourning the death of 66-year-old Shaleen Surtie-Richards. The veteran actress passed away in a guest house in Cape Town overnight. She, of course, became a household name with her iconic role in the 1988 movie Fila Sekund. She also starred in popular TV shows such as Sewende Laan, Generations and Igoli, Place of Gold. Reporter Monique Mortlock has been tracking this story throughout the day, and she joins us now from our Cape Town studios. Oh, Monique, it's such a sad day. Shaleen was just such an amazing woman, so full of life, so full of energy. You were outside the home. I saw your crossing. It was really a very sad and tragic day. It must have been very difficult for family and friends alike.
Yes, definitely, Sally. It was naturally a somber mood in a Lombard Close where that guest house was situated. When we arrived there, the family, they were just busy meeting together because we had arrived just a few short hours after they had discovered her body. And when we spoke to the family spokesperson, he told us that even though the family is grieving, they were also sharing stories about Surtie-Richards, as well as some friends who had arrived there. They were also just sharing some stories and just reflecting on the person that she was, which is something that they felt is something that she would have wanted, not just to mourn the loss and to grieve over her not being there any longer, but to also remember the good times and just reflect on the type of person she was and the very important work that she had done as well.
Yeah. Do you have any more details as to what happened?
So, according to the family, she passed away peacefully in her sleep. We asked whether she had any underlying illnesses or any serious comorbidities that they may not have been aware of. They said no, she just had a normal problems that someone of her age and with the lifestyle that she had would have had. She some friends told us she had some problems with her breathing and her lungs. One friend told us that up until last week she was still helping her with a nebulizer that she was also using just to help with the breathing as well. But cause of death not yet known. All we know is that someone who works at the guest house, she found her this morning right before her brother Lionel and sister-in-law were to pick her up so that they could take her for her COVID-19 vaccine.
Oh, this is just so incredibly tragic, and I suppose we are at least comforted by wonderful memories of an extraordinary actress and by all accounts just a wonderful person. You've been speaking to family, friends and also her colleagues in the industry. Tell us more.
Yes, definitely. And Sally, there were so many funny stories. I mean, we know her as Fila from Fila Sekund, as Nena, one of my favorite characters from Igoli. And in speaking to her family and her friends and also her castmates from Arensvlei, because that was the production she had been working on up until recently, up until just a few days ago, they were also there talking about, but we just spoke to her. We had just made plans for when she came back to Cape Town because she was going to head back to Joburg tomorrow. But let's take a listen to what one of her oldest friends, Rifat Browse, had to say, as well as the family spokesperson, Alistair Isabel.
Shaleen was always the kind of person that you could turn to. She was also the head of our Goodwill Ambassadors for the Choice Drug Counselling Services, a position that she held for the last 10 years. And she was always very kind, but also the kind of person that would tell you when to get off and where to get off if you were doing something wrong. And she was a very meticulous person in everything that she did.
Shaleen Surtie-Richards was one of the most phenomenal, incredible and wonderful contributors to the South African arts industry. We understand by the knowledge of what we experienced from Fila Sekund, which is an imprint of a legendary contribution to the South African work, to the longest soap opera actress in Egoli, and everything else that she touched was just legendary. And even during the tapestry of apartheid, she made us understand that she belonged here, that the people of color belonged here, and her contribution was about understanding that she needed to make a statement with every piece of work that she did. But with all of that, she also contributed to the smiles of people's hearts, made sure that South Africans, in their general popularity and also the cross-pollination of people, that we are a country that has a wealth of arts magnitude. And she's a veteran, a celebrated, iconic figure that today we only not bereaved by it, but we celebrate the footprint of Shaleen Surtie-Richards in our lives.
Not an easy story to cover. Such a well-loved icon in the South African landscape. 66 years old, gone far too soon. Monique Mortlock, thank you so much for your reporting today.